Let's start, shall we, with Corey Lewandowski. This guy should know. He's been fired from the Trump administration at least once, right?
Yeah, I guess it was the campaign at
the Trump campaign. Right? And wasn't he brought in as like an outside sort of war room for a while? And then that thing ended?
That was floated, but I don't think it ever took shape.
I feel like they showed up at the White House, and then it got shut down.
I think some adults said, no, we're not going to do that.
And he got fired from CNN for still being on the payroll of the Trump administration or the Trump enterprise, whatever you want to call it. And then he went over to one network, I don't know what the name of it is.
The One America News Network.
One America News Network. And then he just got fired from that today for apparently going on Fox so much.
He's such a fail.
Well, he's going to get hired by Fox.
Oh,
and
yeah,
here he is.
Fine.
Here he is now arguing that, well, the Scaramucci, yeah, he sold his company. He gave up his family, quit his family, and didn't see his kid get born. But
I quit my fucking family.
He'll be taken care of. Here we go.
Thanks for joining us on the set.
Here.
All right, so we were talking during the break. I was wondering, I know the president has been so loyal to people in his staff, including you, and he's known for this. Do you think he'll find a place for Anthony Scaramucci?
I think so. Look, I think Anthony Scaramucci has been a person who has been a steadfast support.
Pause it for 1 second. I mean, just for those of you who are not English speakers and are coming to the language for the first time, loyalty apparently means that you stand by people who have stood by you. So, for instance, if you were the first senator who came out in support of you, let's say hypothetically like Jeff Sessions, you would stand by him. Or if you were the spokesperson who basically went out there and told every stupid fabrication that you wanted him to. Like Sean Spicer. Okay. Or Reince Priebus, who was the chair of the RNC, who stood by, we got to take it. Or Scaramucci, like we say, who that. So just to be clear, the guy she's talking to about loyalty also got fired from the
Well, I also like that it's not only is that, it's like descending orders. It's like Reince, who was not nearly at the level of absolute loyalty that this guy demands, lasted for 6 months.
Right.
Scaramucci, that was appropriate. He paid proper tribute. He sacrificed his baby, his company, and his wife.
The generals come in and they spank me. They make me feel small, and I like that. I like that. I like
it.
Okay.
Scaramucci has been a person who has been a steadfast supporter of this president, both during the campaign, during the transition, and now during the administration. There's a lot of jobs out there in the administration, and the communications director wasn't the right role for him, but my guess is the president will find a spot for him somewhere.
If you turn on any channel today, it's chaos, chaos, chaos is what you're hearing. What's the real story inside the White House as far as the changes that have been made?
Look, the real story inside the White House is very clear. General Kelly has come in. He's going to change. He's going to pivot. He's going to make sure that he is the chief of staff, not the chief of the president. What he's going to do is going to bring that staff together. They're going to work in a fashion which is commensurate with what a general's used to, which is order and making sure that the president's agenda is moving forward.
So, in other words, yes, it's been total chaos in there, but that's going to change now, I promise. And I know what's going on there because there's no more leaks coming out of the White House. Oh, my God. It's just insane.
Oh, Marone.
It's totally insane.
My fucking wife left me the fucking kid.
All
hey,
right.
Can I see the fucking baby now? Hold on 1 second. The Chinese investors are calling.
Yes, I got to go.
Scaramucci, I think, works for the Export-Import Bank. Is that right?
He did. Not anymore. He gave up that role.
I did work for the fucking Export-Import Bank. And now I'm getting exported from the whole
all right,
fucking
so John
thing.
Kelly is now been brought. Hi, folks. Sam Seder here. We still need your help on our Patreon page. YouTube ads have come back, but not nearly as much as we had before. So if you can help us out, any little bit helps. Head over to our Patreon page right at this URL, and you'll help us keep helping you by making videos